Thank you for having me here. I am honored that I was invited to give this speech for you guys. And I was asked to find the answer for the question why the Battle Royale genre became a thing in esports. And actually, I don't agree with this question, but I decided to keep it because it contains two important topics. One, why Battle Royale genre became big itself. And the second, if Battle Royale games managed to become a huge part of esports and last with esports for following years. So starting with unpleasant thing, unpleasant for industry members. Imagine late 2017 when if you were organizer of the league, organizer of any major esports tournament, or you were thinking about investing into esports, and probably that time you would choose Counter-Strike, League of Legends, the biggest games that are for years with us. And suddenly the new game came, Fortnite came, and it like the vacuum cleaner sucked the attention of players, they sucked viewership, sucked the attention of mainstream media, and you've had a huge problem. You had to confront the reality that attention of players and viewers are somewhere else. And actually that happened second time when the Apex came. Apex also sucked the attention of viewership. Obviously in a lower scale and for shorter period of time, but that happened in the basically short time frame. Another game that is not presented here but also made quite a lot quite a lot change and influence the whole picture of viewership was Teamfight Tactics 2 recently. So esports organizers and esports industry has to confront the reality that new games are coming, and many of them are coming from the side of Battle Royale genre. So I'm gonna focus on Fortnite because this is the largest game, and also we as a company, we are working for Epic Games since 2 years from the early beginning of the game, so I know a lot about the Fortnite. But I promise I will refer to PUBG and Apex later too. So this game reached this scale and this level of interests and viewership that even Netflix is mentioning Fortnite as a threat, as a competitor. Why? Because Fortnite has a tremendous number of players, and both companies doing business in different industries are actually competing about the thing that is democratic for all of us, our time, our free time that we are spending on entertainment. So this is the reason why Netflix is considering Fortnite as a threat, because we all have limited time for entertainment, and we can share this time for games, for watching the esports, or for watching Netflix. And there's a huge shift in gaming industry also towards new paradigm that is based on viewership. Nowadays, gaming is driven by engagement. The engagement is becoming more important than direct monetization. If you are able to maintain interest of the players and keep them engaged, then you can think about monetizing them. So viewing is becoming as important as playing, and it also influenced the whole esports industry, gaming industry, and whole entertainment. This is also very important for any brand that wants to sponsor or invest into gaming or esports industry. And here comes the Battle Royale genre that has all of it. Battle Royale genre is fulfilling this new paradigm because it's attractive to watch, it's attractive for viewers to follow, for gamers to play. And in fact, it's with us since years. It's a part of our culture. Battle Royale as an idea was developed in Japanese culture, in manga, then in movies, then it was transferred to Western countries through books and Hollywood blockbusters. And it was a matter of time when someone will transfer this to the gaming world. The first who did it were modders who brought this idea to Minecraft, then to DayZ, and in the end we got some very first games that were based on this idea of people competing on single map where the last man wins. We had Culling, we had King of the Hill, H1Z1, that were the first that gathered the attention of the players. Then PUBG, and suddenly Fortnite came and got it all. They got everything here. So I suppose that most of you heard about Fortnite. Maybe some of you are sick and tired hearing, reading, watching content about Fortnite. Some of you might play Fortnite. I'm working with this game since 2 years, and I had to wait 1 year to achieve my victory royale. So it seems it's not as easy game as it seems. But probably most of us had the opportunity to watch Fortnite, and again we are fitting in this new paradigm of people who are just watching. So this game is obviously based on Battle Royale mode, but it's enhanced with some additional features that made this bigger than PUBG, bigger than those other Battle Royale games, and this game brought a lot to the esports world, but I will tell about this in a few next slides. So Fortnite brought pop cultural phenomena into gaming, because Fortnite is inspired by pop culture. All of these dances are inspired by pop culture, TV series, movies, music industry, sports industry, but this is two-way transfer. People are inspired by the Fortnite moves, emotes, and Fortnite content, and it's present in TV, it's present on soccer fields, and so on. Also, another thing that is very unique for Fortnite, that Fortnite skipped this stereotype that is stick to the games. Mainstream celebrities wanted to show Fortnite because they were fearing of being missing out of this phenomena. And this brought more and more attention of mainstream media, of new people who wasn't engaged players yet, and thanks to the Fortnite, now they are. And in terms of numbers, it's impressive how big it became within 1 year, or 1.5 years. In terms of the revenue, in terms of the monthly active user, the user base, and the fact that they maintain to be the very first, the most watched game on Twitch and YouTube for almost a year is impressive. So Fortnite is a battle royale game that became a pop culture phenomena. that attracted mainstream media and celebrities to the esports and gaming. And this lasts, so even some of these guys are not playing and promoting Fortnite. Now they are showing gaming and interest into esports to their audience, so this is very important for the whole industry. And it seems this, if you even don't like this game, it's one of the most important and popular games in the world now, and will stay with us for a while. But the question is if it became an esports game. Quick glimpse on the factors that made this happen. Low entry barrier, friendly game design. This is not graphic game. It's constantly updated, so Epic Games is working hard on engaging players, and the variety of gameplays also contributes to the interest of the people. And in the end, all these combined makes Fortnite a huge contributor into esports industry, because every game that defined the category boosted the development of the whole industry. I have borrowed this slide from Peter Warman from Newzoo, but I strongly agree with it. Without those games you are seeing here, esports industry wouldn't be in the place it is now. And Fortnite and PUBG was another step for growth, and it boosted the attention of sponsors, the whole investors, the media, mainstream media. So at the moment, it contributed very much into the development. So the major question is the Battle Royale genre already a big thing in esports? I think not yet. Battle Royale genre is seeking for own identity within the esports. And there are huge challenges. I personally don't think they will manage to meet the requirements to become a long-lasting esports games, because the pacing, the scale of the game, the number of players is making this very difficult to follow, to be involved as a viewer. But still, even though they are trying in a large scale. So the number of money that Epic Games throw on the table in prize pool last year was impressive. So it also contributed very much into development of the industry. The numbers of official events are decent. So at the moment, the interest is maintained within the community. The question is how long. And as I promised, I have to mention the PUBG that had own times some time ago, and now it seems that the publisher is pivoting towards mobile gaming, trying to find own identity within the whole industry. So the challenges for Battle Royale genre in esports are that the new games are coming every month, every year. The new attractive competitive games are published, and they are sucking this attention too. So it's a very competitive market. TFT showed that suddenly many players might be sucked from your community because the new game is just attractive. Without support of talents, viewerships within the Battle Royale genre plummets. The perfect example is that when the Ninja moved to Mixer, suddenly the viewership of Fortnite plummeted on Twitch. The same happened when some of influencers left the PUBG. So it seems that these games are driven mainly by, the viewership is mainly driven by influencer and talents. And another thing is that the publisher of Battle Royale games have to maintain their own games. I mean, if their product won't be attractive to play, it won't be also attractive to watch. Another example is Fortnite and implementing the robots, brutals so-called, that make the whole community angry. If the community is angry and don't want to play the game, they don't want to also watch the professional competition. So these games needs to find the stable gameplay that allows to develop professional competing. And as I mentioned, Battle Royale is seeking for own identity within the esports because of many challenges, how to attract viewers during the gameplay. So a few takeaways and insights for the end, for sponsors, or for brands or investors. Follow the trends. I strongly believe that we have to utilize the interest of that people are putting into new games. Sometimes betting on personalities who may attract people and keep them with us. The example is the FaZe Clan, who quickly gathered the group of people playing and streaming Fortnite, even though they didn't know if this game will be an esports game, but at least they earned some money on engagement on Twitch. Building a long-lasting position requires time. So old games are reliable. Old games, Counter-Strike, LoL, League of Legends are reliable. The most reliable choice, and Battle Royale might be that something might be on top of the whole strategy of presence in the in sports. Battle Royale is very expensive to execute the event and tournament. We have 100 people playing on stage. It's very difficult to produce, to manage. So it's also a huge obstacle. And new games are coming. The games are gone, but talents last. So in the end of the day, we have to invest into human factor and people who might attract viewership. Thank you.